During this project, I'll show you the plan that I made for a year to the Apple company. This strategy planning projects to aim to address a specific innovation problem faced by Apple, very carefully analyzed the issue and proposing comprehensive set of strategy solutions. This project aspires to guide Apple company to innovation and ensure its continued impact on global technology.
Apple Co. was
and
founded on
society.
April 1976 by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. They brought a new vision of changing the way people view computers. They started the Apple company in Jobs' garage and sold them without a monitor and a keyboard. The Apple company revolutionized with the introduction of the first color graphics in 1980. Their sales jumped to $117 million and was the first year the company was ever public. Steve Wozniak left the company in 1983 due to the diminished interest in the day-to-day running of Apple Computer. What does the company do? Apple designs, manufactures, and markets smartphones, personal computers, tablets, accessories, and sells a variety of related services. Apple's mission, vision, and values is very focused on the customer. They believe that by innovating in technological advances, they can create professionals and make consumers' life much easier. The type of organizational culture used by Apple is the autocratic clan because their principal object is to risk and innovate in new areas. They're looking to develop the big new thing before anyone else has been ever started asking the right question. To do so, they need to take risks. Autocracy culture values individuality in the sense that employees are encouraged to think creatively and bring their ideas to the table. I would personally put Apple in a maturity stage, almost in a decline stage. This depends on what actions Apple is making in the future, because besides the popularity and the customer loyalty, the product in the last few years hasn't been very innovative. So I will propose to develop a new device trying to leave behind the smartphones or the computers or the tablets so they can start thinking in a way to integrate this technology in our constant lives. Apple is a company that, seen by the BCG matrix, can be taken as cow because its market share in the industry of cell phones, portable computers, and smartphones is very high because of its popularity, and the market growing rate has to stop to go up because almost everyone has a smartphone or a computer, so the market is already mature and the loyalty of their customers is very high. Apple's strengths are very focused on how they started. The idea they had, like the product ecosystem, the innovation and design, customers' loyalty, strong financial position, these things are all thanks to the creator of the company, Steve Jobs, who was a great promoter and product seller to the point of selling his product as if we all need it. The weaknesses of Apple are very pointed but very important, like the relatively closed ecosystem, the high product pricing, because nowadays not everyone can afford an iPhone, an iPad, or a MacBook. The segment of population is very closed. The dependence of suppliers, limited customization options because not you cannot put anything you want on your phone. The Porter analysis gives us 5 characteristics. The competition among existing companies in the technological industry, including Apple, is fierce. The problem of the new companies in the industry of technology will not affect Apple so much because of its big popularity that this company already gains. With the problem of new companies in the market comes the problem of obtaining the necessary resources to make the devices. The technological industry, particularly Apple, is related advanced. Customers have a wide selection of alternative products and brands, and the threat of substituted products and service for Apple is moderate. The Pastel analysis gives us 5 characteristics like political, economical, social, technological, and environmental. In the political way, the impact that international trade regulations has on Apple sometimes can affect the import and export of necessary products to create new technology. The privacy laws, like such as GDPR, can influence on how Apple's handle the user data. Diplomatic relationships between countries can affect Apple global operations and supply chain in the economical ways. The way Apple has established people view to their products is to wait for a supposed new version with some new little changes. The way the market fluctuates in change of rates of impact in production can affect the company. The correct distribution and income levels in different regions can affect the power of Apple's consumers. Apple will have to shift and adapt to the consumer preference. This includes environmental awareness in the lifestyle trends at the moment, this in the social characteristics. Apple adaptations to demographic trends, such as adaptation to a more young public, has to occur. The sensitivity what that the company has to give under the science and marketing thinking about the cultural problems this could bring to the image and the brand itself. In the technological way, the Apple's success mostly relies on staying on the front of technological advances. The protection of the patents and intellectual property rights is crucial in the world of competitive tech industry. The world technology is growing very fast, and Apple has to adapt his technology to create new devices. In the environmental way, Apple focuses its attention on sustainable practice and energy efficiency in manufacturing of their products and operations. Environmental compliance is one of the most important topics to talk about in a company as big as Apple. Apple must try to shift consumers' attitude towards sustainability. In the legal way, litigation and antitrust regulations, regulation compliance, intellectual property rights. The FM matrix gives us opportunities and threats. In the opportunities, Apple supplies and chances to expand in presence and emerging markets, tapping into a larger customer base and increasing with this market share globally. Growing in wearables market. Nowadays, the wearable technology world is one of the most important and successful one because everybody wants to have the opportunity to do a lot of things with minimum effort. This specific point is very important in this presentation. Technological partnerships, one of the most viable things to do is to make collaborations and partnerships with other technological companies. This too is one of the main points of the presentation. Another opportunity that Apple can enhance is the point towards health and wellness of their consumers by developing and integrating health-focused technologies into products. The threats that the company has is the intense competition, supply chain distribution because global supply chains for the technological companies is complex, and this disruption this can be affected by many external factors like natural disaster or geopolitical events, regulatory challenges, cybersecurity risks, depends on the key suppliers. The cybersecurity risk in this year is one of the most important points to take as a threat. The competitive advantage of Apple stands out from its rival due to its strong commitment to the user's best experience. The corporation ecosystem is always composed to give better hardware and software and services, and it's carefully designed to offer users a smooth and intuitive experience. With the SWOT analysis, I give these 4 strategies to the project, but only 2 were the ones that I choose like the best options, that are the fusion with other companies and the develop of a new product. This can enhance the innovation in the Apple company. Through a quantitative and qualitative analysis of the possible strategies, I choose to take the options to make more profit out of the effort and the impact of combining 2 resulting strategies in one by creating a new device like some AR glasses and combining 2 companies through a partnership. To the action plan, to start with the project, first we're going to need to collaborate with another company, so our product will be a lot much better. An idea of this can be any company that give the device a very good battery system so it won't run out of battery fast. The second, and financial, we're gonna need to invest in the research and elaboration of new glasses because it's a new product. This amount won't be small, but at a large scale of time, this will be beneficial in the future. To start with the design, we're gonna need a lot of industrial designers as well as mechatronic engineers, programmers, and persons in marketing to promote the new product. I take two ethical considerations. First, we have to take account that this device will have an artificial intelligence and it would have cameras, so this could break problems on the privacy of the customers. Second, the correct and secure use of the data obtained by the glasses through the cameras, microphones, and actions and places where the customer is currently going. Due to a BSC analysis, I find four perspectives: innovation and learning perspective, customer's perspective, and financial perspective, and an internal business perspective. With the first one, the main objective are the correct response to viruses, battery lifetime, and get an innovative device. Through this second one, I visualize a customer's acceptance, better supply time, and a better supply quality. To the final financial perspective, with the goals of survival, succeed, and prosper through effective cash flow, high profit, and continuing the collaboration. In the internal business perspective, through this we aim to obtain a good product manager and a new product introduction. To the contingency plan, I have two possible scenarios with their triggers, response, who to inform, key responsibilities, and a timeline. The first scenario would be problems on the software. This causes by some trouble in the system that causes the apps of the device to crash. The response to that would be developed a fix through an update. The persons informed would be employees, customers, and development area. The responsibilities would be on CMO, marketing, team leader, legal team, development manager, and software programmers. In the timeline, first we need to start the investigation to discover what is the failure. Then we start to think how to minimize the bad opinion on the product through marketing. Then put an apology in the media to all people that had problems with the system. And final, contact the lawyers in case of someone tries to sue. During this project, I learned a lot of things, but I think the two more important were the ability to see and comprehend how companies works and how these companies could grow or disappear in the future. I also learned how to identify when starting a company from probabilities, its sales, and its market itself, know if the company has probability of success or not. This can help me in the future because I'm thinking of starting my own construction company to know otherwise the market of construction and note is if it's viable the way I enter into the engineering market.